Welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dream League live here from DreamHack Winter in Chopin, brought to you by ASUS ROG as well as Monster and theScore esports. And standing here with Sir Action Slacks, we are in the middle of our second series. Team Liquid took game 1 over Imperial. What do you think about that game, Slack?
Hell of a game. Gee,
Hell of a game.
You know, you just needed to give him a little bit of time. There's one thing I know about that man, Miracle. The dude likes purple, all right? He gets Darkseer, he's gonna win. He get Void, he's gonna win. You can't give him perp, or you're gonna hurt.
That's some very strong strategies right there. I think our analysts might have something to say about that. To analyze that previous game, we are going over to Fogged and ODPixel.
Hello, Owen.
Hello, Fogged. It's nice to come and join you over here for some bit of post-game, and what a game it was as well. I mean, I don't want to say I was right, but Liquid taking the win. It's, you know, we saw Matsumaman play the Morphling.
Yeah.
I feel you've always got to trust in that. He had a pretty remarkable game. He hit the timings that you need to. You know, 24 minutes, he had Lincoln's and the E-Blade, and then at that point, he was farming heroes.
I think Parker made a really good point. I think that, like, just Matumba's rotations in the early game, it was like, I think 9 minutes or so. He moves to the top lane, and they take 2 towers, basically, off of that movement. Not in like, consecutive order instantly, but within the next 5 minutes or so, he claims those 2 towers. They get a ton of map control from it. And we saw Hesta Joe, when he's playing this Bat Rider, usually you find him, like, pick after pick after pick. He's always finding these kills. So this game, he just wasn't able to find it. It was just, like, the momentum was on their side of the map, so it was, like, really hard for them to be able to make those plays onto, like, really being able to do anything with this Bat Rider.
No, absolutely. And we've actually got a pretty good replay here, which was, there was a point of the game where it was looking all right for Imperial.
Yeah.
You know, the early start, that they were getting the kills, they were getting the early pickoffs. We'll actually see here now from this replay, this kind of key fight around the 23 minutes where it all started to swing around. Fog, talk us through it.
Yeah, it looks a little weird here because like everybody split up. You see 2 heroes from Imperial over on the right here. Then you see, it's right when the Bat Rider here shows. It's like, right when Bat shows, that's Liquid's time to go. They see the Bat, they initiate on with everything, and then this is exactly what Parker was saying too. They're forced to use this defensive Warlock ultimate, which kind of puts them on a back foot. Beautiful upheaval on top of everything there, which works out for them, but still, they get the Bat Rider's already dead instantly, so his spells are not used in this entire initiation. Ace kills the Chen. Cool. Kuroki dies for his team.
They found a kill in return for losing the Bat.
Yeah, and here right now, it's still looking good. You know, it's looking pretty good for Imperial.
But GH here, he keeps himself alive.
Yeah, GH keeps himself alive. They have the Miracles doing a decent amount of damage here. Mind Control find themselves inside of like a little corner here. They have, I think this, where's this Morphling? Where's he chilling?
He hasn't come in.
He hasn't come in
He's
yet, right?
still making his way over.
So he's still making in. So this is Imperial fighting basically a 5 versus 4 in kind of a way, even though the Bat Rider died.
And again, look, they use the golems to try and get mind control, but he just time walks himself out. GH gets surrounded, and Ace desperately looking for that kill onto Miracle, and he does find it on the back lines of it. But then suddenly,
yep, and then
there's Matsumaman here, and he's still making his way over.
Still making his way over, but this is where it becomes really big for him because now it's an even trade when Liquid gets the jump, and Imperial is completely reacting. They lose 3 heroes. Lion doesn't get his finger off.
Yeah, but Timmerman's able to pick him off as he turns up. And this thing is, the golems, they're pretty much consistently just attack moving onto mind control. But he's just creating so much space because Ace and Baby Knight, totally with their attention on mind control, they don't get the kill. And that's a lot of what they needed to maybe utilize elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it was a very hard fight, really, for Imperial, considering the way Liquid played it.
It's like they didn't really have any follow-up with the Rock. Like, whenever they got initiated on, it's like the fight goes completely disaster to them. They need to be the ones getting the jump off, and that's definitely what they're going to work on into the next game. I think it was really just the momentum that pushed onto their side of the map. It made it so much harder for Estejo to really be able to be that like huge impact.
I mean, I guess the question is, what would you expect to see different from Imperial in Game 2? Because they had really all the picks that are classic Imperial picks. You know, you can't really say that they got outdrafted in a sense of being put out of their comfort zone because they got heroes that they would have happily picked regardless of what the draft was. Is it just a case of taking certain heroes away from Liquid, you feel?
I think Matu's Morphling actually just straight up like carried this game. There was a beautiful chrono at the end there from Mind Control as well, but I think it's just like they had so much they had to do since they're playing with this single core Luna versus this Morphling Void and Mirana Tricore.
Yeah.
So they just had they were kind of under the gun. I think they needed to get the line Blink Dagger sooner, so maybe they wanted to, like we kind of mentioned on the panel, pressure this Morphling a bit more, just to at least put him on the back foot, because Matu had he had a pretty free game, you know.
He really did.
14-minute Lincolns. As soon as he gets that Lincolns, baits 3 ultimates and then survives. That's a huge deficit coming into.
And there was not only plays like that, but also, as you said, the fact that the map control was so good from Liquid, and the fact that they were able to get, I believe, on the top lane a very early tier 1 in Tier 2. In hindsight, do you feel Imperial should have put more resources into just kind of keeping those towers alive for a little longer?
I think that they...
Or was it just too hard to?
I think that they had to. That's the thing. Like they were trying to farm this blink for the Batrider for so long that it just it got delayed for like a couple extra minutes, and that's where they lost like 2 towers. There's no Warlock Golem up. They just couldn't really fight. I feel like they definitely have a couple things that they need to adjust to. I'm not too sure if the Lion Ogre ended up working out. Maybe they want to go for something that's a little bit more aggressive rather than like.
I mean, how do you feel the Warlock core worked out? Obviously, something that we don't see teams doing most of the time. You know, most teams now preferring to see it in the support position. It's obviously something that Baby Knight does. Do you feel that there is still a place for that, or is it just something you can't do against a team like Liquid?
I think it can work.
Yeah.
I just think that you have to be the ones making the go. You know, it was always them getting initiated on when they would lose the fight. So if they're the ones making the jump with the Batrider with a nice follow-up with like Fatal Bonds plus a Warlock Golem, it's a completely different story in this game. So I think that maybe the Vision game was a little bit struggling for them. Maybe just losing those towers. They definitely just want to emphasize keeping the momentum on at least even, so that they can make the moves instead of getting the moves made on them.
And we did, of course, see a few times the Oracle play coming from obviously GH with the false promises used to counter to the lasso.
Yeah.
Do you feel that again, if you want to get Hester on the back, you have to consider taking away the Oracle from Liquid, because we've seen that GH can play it really well? Or can you still play around it?
I think you can play around it. I think it's obviously more difficult, but I just think Liquid did a really good job of like avoiding Hestejo. Even when he had the blink daggers, they were like really aware of his positioning. They're like, oh, they're pinging him up on the side of the map. They're pinging him over here. They see as soon as he shows in lanes, there's no one who can make any plays. You know, this Batrider has all the pressure on him to make all the plays around the map. So anytime he shows, Liquid feels pretty safe.
Absolutely. I believe we've still got a few minutes left of the draft, but we'll head back to Shiva and Slacks, see if they've got any words before the game. Should be starting soon.
Look at that.
Hello.
Do you have any words before the game?
Bananas.
What? Banana?
Oh, jeez, they just went banana. What words do you have, Shiva? If you're going to sum up that game in one word only, what would it be?
Can I introduce my word? Can I have like a preface to my word?
That wouldn't be one word.
Can I explain my word before I say the word?
I just want to hear the word and you can explain it after. Just hit me. I just want to get hit with it.
Disappointment.
Jesus Christ! All right. Explain away.
Okay. So we watched Imperial throughout the entire DreamLeague season, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
They played so well, and they had such amazing team fight coordination, and they were like on the ball with coming back in and going back out and everything. And it was really fun to watch, and I was really looking forward to seeing that again. And I'm thinking Warlock mid, okay, this is going to be hype. There's going to be some great fights, and Liquid is a team that will fight back and will be able to find a way to deal with it. So I was hyped for this game. I thought it was going to be, and I also thought Imperial was going to come out on top. But there weren't that many team fights, and there wasn't. I mean, it was a very strategical game, and Liquid played around Imperial very well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't get to see what I was hoping for. So disappointment.
Well, my word, if you care,
what's your
is
word?
expected. Expected, all right?
Okay.
Not disappointed.
Why?
Because it's the Liquid I was expecting to see. Them coming out, them kicking some booty, all playing to their strengths. You got Miracle who's doing incredible, amazing things that you used to be able to expect from him. You got Matumba Man doing Matumba Man stuff, whatever. And Mind Control, one of my favorite members, just running around landing the perfect offlaner stuff. Expected.
Are you sure you should describe Matumba Man's doings by because he's the one that threatened you?
Yeah. That's what I feel of him. I feel like that's how he's going to come at me, like that.
That's not very scary.
Well, not for you.
Are you still a little bit worried?
Of course.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy? Look at him.
I mean, sorry, but you know, you're kind of the same height as I am.
Sure.
Matumba Man is not.
No.
No.
But look at him, dude. Matumba Man's like the guy where you can like punch him in the face and he's just going to reel back and not do anything. I don't know if he can feel. You know that Bond villain that had the bullet in his hand, couldn't feel anything? That's what I see when I see Matumba.
Did you really think he looked that crazy?
He's not crazy, dude.
I mean, let's just take a look. I want to see if he's actually that crazy. I want to just judge it for myself.
We have a picture.
I'm coming for you, Slacks. Right now, I still remember the TI6 boss. You know, how you mocked my team? Dude, you're dead to me. I'm out of here.
Okay, he looks kind of crazy. He got me.
That dude's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know what? Because he's gonna be in a great mood after he beats Imperial again. This is the Liquid I've been waiting for, and I'm gonna make it.
Okay, well, if